telephone etiquette and the manners of making good telephone calls. Remember, if you want to use a customer's first name, ask permission first. Don't just go, okay, Bill. Because I've got to tell you, when somebody rings me up and they use my first name and they go, well, Adam, I've got this really interesting thing to talk about, I start to get a bit. Another thing that personally irritates me is when people say, yes, hello, Mr. Kaplan, how are you doing today? One, they don't care, and I know they don't really care. And two, what's it got to do with them? Later, when I know your name, we'll talk about how my day is going. And of course, the danger is, how's your day going, Mr. Kaplan? I'll go, it's really going badly. I'm getting pestered by really bad cold calls, which always puts them on the back foot, making my day better. So maybe they're doing the right thing. So ask permission first. Please, geezers, whenever you're on the dog and bone, avoid slang, use the right lingo. Capiche? Obvious. Don't use slang. Mate, pal, buddy, chum. Any others we can think, you know, my friend even, that's a good one. But you're not his friend. Avoid it. Have a positive telephone voice, and this has got a few points to it. Positive telephone voice isn't talking in professional speak, because I'm sure you hear, and I'm sure you've done it. You make a telephone call, you'll talk to your friends, like, all right, Derek, how's it going, all right? And then you get on the phone and go, hey, hello, sir, because it's a bit fake. I'm not saying talk in local patois. What I'm saying is use normal language and have a positive phone voice, not fake OES professional voice, but positive language. So, first of all, use the correct volume. Talking too loudly is very hard on the ears, and also if you're talking too quietly, it sounds like you're not interested. Like, what? Correct volume. 2, friendly tone of voice, cheerful, bright. If you want to know what cheerful, bright and friendly tone of voice is, and you imagine that I am using a positive voice at all times, this is a friendly, bright voice. If I delivered training, I was all a bit... Yeah, exactly. How much fun would you be doing the same? Yeah. Friendly, bright, cheerful. Speak clearly, slowly, carefully. Don't speak slowly. Sounds awful. Don't mumble. Sounds awful. How would you like it if I mumbled on you? Mumbled all over you, Mandy. You wouldn't like it. And if you mumbled, Mandy, what would they call you? That's right, Mumbling Mandy. Good. Excellent. Okay. Slow, clear, enunciate. Use simple, easy to understand language. Avoid acronyms. Oh, there we go. PDQ, ASAP. You've got to speak to the NLP about a PDA. Have you got an SXP form? A what? You need to use a PEN. It's a pen. You know, ridiculous. Acronym hell. Don't use it. The only acronym you can use is OK, which is also a word, so that's all right. Get it? Got it? Good. Anyone ever see the most acronym loaded film in the world, by the way? One about submarines. Crimson Tide. More acronyms in Crimson Tide than any other film. Yeah. I love it, but it's a bit confusing. Okay. Smile. Gives a positive vibe. Hello. Hello. And we all grumpy. And we happy. Because people like to speak to happy people. And if you have a smile in your voice, you can hear the bright aspect to it. If you're down in the mouth, then your voice comes down, because as you talk down in the mouth, your voice has to come from further back in the throat, which makes it deeper. Whereas if you speak at the front, like Tony Blair would, People's Princess, all of those things, it comes from the front and it's brighter and clearer than at the back, like Gordon Brown, very dour, rather boring. I'm not going to say Scottish, but it is. As opposed to Tony Blair, which was bright. People now in politics talk with a bright clear, breezy voice. Don't interrupt people, let them talk. Let them say what they've got to say. Very irritating to be interrupted. Why do people interrupt? Because they want to say what they've got to say. It's part of it. What's the other thing? What do you think people are scared of? Let me give you an example of what people are scared of. How many of you are starting to feel uncomfortable? Yeah? Silence. Let people speak. Let them say what they've got to say, and then you can help them. And there's two reasons. First reason is, lets them feel better for saying what they've got to say, and two, let them talk. It gives you time to think and deal with how you're going to handle it. Don't just try and answer quickly. Let the silence in. It's nice. Just get used to it. Try it at home. Try silence at home. Try turning the television off and sitting there in silence, doing nothing. Let's try it for a second. What's that? It's too quiet. Come on. Why does everyone start to laugh and giggle? Let the silence in. Good. Right, acknowledge what the customer says. So when they say, oh, I'm very, very upset, don't go, oh, I know, or I don't know why you're upset, or why are you upset? Go, oh, okay, I hear that you're upset, maybe we can help you. It'd be okay if I could ask you some questions so I can find out what's been making you upset, so we might help you out. How do you think that sentence helps customers? I appreciate you're upset, sorry to hear that. I'd like to ask you a few questions so I can find out what's been bothering you so I can try and help you feel better. Would that be okay? How powerful. It's so easy if you can just do that. At the end of the call, ask them if there's anything else. Is there anything else that can help you? And lastly, thank them for calling and thank them for their help. It's almost like a mini therapy session. And the funny thing is that a lot of the techniques that are in here come from my work as a psychotherapist and trauma counsellor, particularly how you communicate. Even things like, is there anything else that I can help you with? Because that draws out any issue, makes the customer feel cuddled almost. Good.